Hello, it's nice to see you. I'm missing you. Hope you're okay. Well, since we can't be together in school, I thought we could be together in your house on video. And it's the first time I've done this, so I feel a little bit nervous about it. But we're going to have some kitbag sessions, and if you've done them with me before, welcome. You know what to expect today. If you haven't done them with me before, then welcome. And the kit bags are all about helping you find ways to make space for yourself, to relax, to quieten down your mind and really tune into how you're feeling and what you're needing. Really important just now where we're all inside a lot and maybe not having much space for yourself. It's really important that if you can't actually find space around you, that you can find some space inside you. At least at the moment we've been told we can be out more than once a day for exercise, so if you can, then be outside, get out into the sunshine, go and listen to the birds, go and listen to some running water, just be out in nature in the sunshine. It's just lovely and so good for the soul. Okay, so every day for the next few days, next 4 days, we're going to look inside the kit bag, and this is it here if you haven't seen it before. I'm just going to open it up and we'll see what's inside. Now, I think I might drop everything if I try and show you straight away, but this is what it looks like when it's opened. And there's a flap here, and it's got a number of things in it. See the guy waving, he's our talking stick. We're not really going to need him, we might just imagine that we're using him. Okay, so let's make a little start. We always start our sessions with something called calming oil. The calming oil has got lavender in it, it's got chamomile, geranium, mandarin, all these oils from natural plants that are known to have a really soothing and calming property. So if you've got something like this at home, then great. If not, don't worry, it's okay. You'll still be able to relax without it. It's a nice beginning for a kit bag session. So we rub it on our pulse, because our pulse is at the warmest part. It really releases up the smell. So good breathe in. And a nice long breathe out. When you are breathing in, breathe in for the count of 4. Breathe out for the count of 8. And that really just helps by releasing your breath and taking you back down to a really calm place. That's a good tip actually if you're feeling cross about something or really angry, to breathe in for the count of 4 and back out for the count of 8. Okay, so this is our talking stick. Hello. And when you're holding the talking stick, you have the right to talk without anybody interrupting you. Now, again, the nice thing is here we're not in a group, which is sad, but at the same time you don't really have to wait your turn to speak. You can just speak whenever you like. And we always check in with how we're feeling. So here's our feelings card here, and it's got different colours on it. And the colours don't mean anything. There's no right or there's no wrong answers here. You just think about what colour, don't even think about it, just which colour are you drawn to today, which colour are you feeling. Today I feel orange, because, and for me, that means I feel a bit nervous because I'm videoing myself for you for the first time. I'm also feeling really inspired by the sunshine. I'm loving listening to the birds outside my window there. You might be able to hear them too. And I'm feeling a bit of a burning actually to see people, to see members of my family who I'm really missing, and friends who I'm really missing, and you guys who I'm really missing. So that's what orange means for me today. What colour are you feeling today? Just take a minute. Which one are you drawn to? What does that mean for you? And is it something that you want to share with somebody? All right. Next thing we're going to do is look at some animal cards. We've got 24 of these, so we'll look at 6 of them every day for the next 4 days. And these guys all come with their own qualities, something that's particularly special about them, something that they're really known for. And we're going to explore a little bit about what it is they're known for and what that might mean. We have all got special qualities too. We might have more than one special quality, and there might be some things in here sometimes that you're really feeling like you need, that you could really do with. Or you might look at one of those animals and go, oh, I'm a bit like that, I've got that quality too. And it's about really getting to know yourself and getting to know your strengths and the things that you feel that you're maybe needing a bit more of, or thinking that you go to somebody for. And some children, when they're with me in these groups, they like to choose one of these animals and imagine that they're with them on their shoulder through the day if they're needing a little bit of extra something. So let's look at our first 6 today. Okay, so we're going to start off with our hedgehog. And the hedgehog's quality is protection. And this is coming up backwards on my video. It'll not come on backwards when you're watching it. Now, the thing about protection of the hedgehog is it's kind of obvious, isn't it? It's got all those sharp prickles all over its back, and if it feels in danger or it's threatened, if something's making it feel unsafe, it can roll up into a little ball and it can really protect itself. It's such a gentle thing. It's never going to want to hurt anything, but it needs to look after itself. And sometimes we all need to look after ourselves. Sometimes we feel a bit threatened by something, maybe someone being angry with us, or threatened by something being really difficult, or just threatened by just something that's making us feel unsafe. And when that happens, we roll up into a little ball and we prickle people. So we'll push people away. We don't want them near us, or we're angry and that pushes them away. So we have our own prickles. The little beautiful thing about the hedgehog is that it knows when it doesn't have to protect itself. It knows when it can unfurl, show its little soft tummy, and then amble off and do its hedgehoggy thing. And that's a really important thing for us to know too, that we don't need to protect ourselves all the time. And to work out when it's safe for us to just be a bit vulnerable and to know that we're okay, that we'll be okay. So that's our first guy. Our second animal is our frog. You see our frog, and the frog's quality is celebration. It's an interesting one. And again, with all of these, there's no right and there's no wrong answers. It's really what we've come up with in groups, what we think they might mean, and come up together. And you might have a completely different idea, and that's okay. For me, the frog, the celebration is about the way it jumps. It just jumps for joy. So everything's great. There's always a reason to jump about something, and sometimes we can really struggle to think of a reason to jump for joy. But if we get into the habit of looking for the things to celebrate, we tend to find them. We tend to find what we look for. So that's a little lesson that guide to teach us, is to look for the things to celebrate. Right now we're all stuck in lockdown. Oh, what is there to celebrate about that? Well, my garden's looking nice. and I'm really enjoying spending more time with my girls at home. I'm cooking more interesting things. Down things too, but those are the things that I'm celebrating right now. Who's next? Okay, we've got our butterfly. Our butterfly's quality is change. We're all going through a lot of changes just now, and there's always going to be change in life. We can't stop change. Change can be hard, can feel really tricky. And the obvious thing is that a butterfly it changes from being a caterpillar into being a butterfly. But what I find really interesting about that is that dark, sticky bit, the bit where he's going through the change. He's in his cocoon, he's spun it, he's sitting there going, this is a bit dark, what is happening? I feel something happening, but I don't know what it is. And then eventually the little end comes out of that cocoon and out bursts this beautiful butterfly who's been used to crawling along its branches or up plants, and then suddenly can fly. And change is a bit like that. Sometimes change can make us fly. So how do you transform? How can you make something quite hard into something amazing for you and really embrace it? A tricky one and not easy, so it's okay if that doesn't fill you with a thought of, oh, I can't wait for things to change. Change is tricky, but amazing things can come from it. It's an important thing to remember. Oh, this is one of my favourites. Is Robin, and his special quality is courage. I've got a lot of robin in my garden, along with several pigeons, a couple of crows, a magpie, and he's the smallest. He's the smallest guy, apart from a couple of the martins. But he always manages to stand up for himself. He gets in there, he kind of just cautiously goes about and picks the bits that the bigger birds have left. And he really has to know how to look after himself because he is little. And the other nice thing about a robin, which I think is quite courageous, is they tend to stay quite close to humans. If you go for a walk and there's a bird nearby, chances are it's a robin, which you'll recognise because it's his lovely red tummy. They don't seem to be so afraid of us as the other birds. So he's a brave little thing. Number 5 today is the bee. And there we go, there's the bee. And the bee's quality is communication. So they work in hives, they work in groups, they're always working together. And to work together with other bees or with people, we have to be able to communicate. It means being able to share what we're thinking, what we're feeling. The other side of communication is being able to listen and understand what other people are thinking and what they're feeling. What are they telling me? What do I need to know? What do they need to know? And when you've got really good communication like that in place, then good things tend to happen. It means everyone feels understood. If you are feeling upset or angry about something and you're holding on to that and you're not letting it out in some way, you're not communicating it in some way, then people don't know and they can't help you. We also need to look at how we communicate. So if you're feeling angry or sad and that comes out as a pushing away thing or a shouting at somebody thing, we are communicating something, but we're not doing it in a way that gets us what we need. So it's really important to think about how you communicate what's going on for you. And here's number 6. We've got our spider. And our spider has a quality of success. Not because the spider's really good at everything, but because the spider doesn't stop trying. It really uses our Trinity value of perseverance. If it's spinning a web and its web breaks, it starts again. It doesn't stop until that web is made. And so the spider is always successful because the spider always perseveres. He always keeps trying. It's not that he finds it easy, not that he's just like dead good at it. Well, to be fair, he's pretty good at building webs, but he just doesn't give up trying. And that's a really important message for us as well. So that's our 6 for today. So just have a little look back at them. Is there something that you're needing today? Is there something that you think, God, you know what, I could do with protecting myself a little bit, or I could do with not protecting myself a little bit? Is there something that I can find to celebrate? Can I help someone else find something to celebrate? If they're feeling a bit down or low, is there something that I can help them with? How am I coping with the changes that are going on just now? You know, you might have any number of changes going on in your life just now. How are they feeling? How are they feeling? Using a little bit of courage or something hard you've got to do. Could you use a little robin on your shoulder to say, it's okay, you can do this. You can do this, just be brave. Or have you done something very courageous? Have you shown courage? Is there something you needing to communicate? We're all together in our houses just now, and there's a lot of time to be spending with the same people, even people that we love. So communicating is a really, really important part of that. How are you getting on with that? And success. What are you needing to persevere with just now? Is it you're learning from home? Is it learning a new skill that you've been working on at home? Is it persevering with keeping your room tidy? What is it? Where are you wanting success? How are you going to go about getting that? Like our little hard-working spider. Some things to think about. Alright. So we'll finish for today with a meditation. We always finish with a meditation. I have got a nice story to read to you. I'll maybe do that tomorrow. But today we'll finish off with a little meditation. And I'm going to put on a 1 minute timer. I'm actually also going to move out of the way of the video to put the minute on so that you're not distracted by me meditating in the background. And you don't need to worry about the time though, because I'll let you know. I'll let you know when it's time to stop. Now these meditations I'm also putting up on the website every day. So there is one every day there for you. Give yourself a minute or a couple of minutes, even 5 or 10 if you can do it for that long. And remember that thoughts are going to come into your head. Until you're a really practiced meditator, then thoughts will come into your head, and that's okay. Just let them in. You can imagine that you're like a big ocean, and these thoughts will come in like waves, but then they can wave away again. And all of them belong. They all belong in your ocean. You are trying to just give yourself a little bit of quiet time just now as you let the waves come and then let the waves go. Try not to catch the thoughts. Try not to let them take over your mind just now, because what you're aiming for is a really quiet mind. So our meditation today is to create a resting place in your mind. And we're going to be content to rest there for a while. You might want to put some nice music on if you want to. Have a cushion. I'm sitting on a lovely, so that was the cushion making that noise. A lovely owl cushion I've got to sit on here. And I won't put music on today. I might do that another day. You can if you want to. I'm very content listening to the birds outside the window just now. So we're going to create a resting place, somewhere that you find just so safe and restful and quiet and peaceful. My restful place will probably be in the trees up in the woods near my house. And when the sun comes through the trees, it's a lovely warm spot, and I can hear birds, I can hear people and dogs in the distance, and I find it really calming and peaceful. You might want to be near water. It might be on a really big comfy bed with loads and loads of cushions. Maybe you want to be lying in a big pool of feathers or something in your mind. It's your mind. You can go wherever you like that's restful. So we're going to spend a minute now. I want to just move out of the screen. Close your eyes if you want to. I will be. And just see if you can do this for yourself. Okay, here we go. How was that? I really enjoyed mine, and it was quite funny because I don't know if you could hear, but even though I'm not in the forest just now, all I could hear were birds and dogs barking, just like in my restful place, which was very lovely. So that was our Kitbag session for today. We'll have another one up tomorrow. We'll meet another 6 animals. We'll listen to a really nice, mindful story, which keeps us really in the moment and in the present. And I'll look forward to seeing you tomorrow. I wish I could actually see you, but I'll look forward to knowing that you're there. And remember, you can email me. My email address is on the nurture page of the website. Find it in the class links. If there's anything that you want to ask. I'm still working on a Wednesday and a Thursday, so do get in touch if you need anything, or you'd like a chat, or you'd like to just be in touch. All right? Okay, take care. See you tomorrow.